It has been 11 years since Cities Skylines 1 has been released, and it has been about 3 years since we got the last official expansion. Now, that changes next week when Cities Skylines 1, yes, the first one, is getting a new DLC. And no, this is not one of those creator packs which they have been releasing in the last few years when they shifted all their attention to City Skylines 2. No, this one is actually a real thing. They have developed a new DLC called Race Day, and also they're adding some brutalist buildings as an additional DLC, which you can choose to take or not to take, depending if you like them or not. And those things have been developed by Tantalus Media. Now, if you're like, whom? Well, Tantalus Media has been doing some City Skylines DLCs in the past. I think it was 3 in total. And they have been doing a lot of ports, and they also made the exceptional remakes of Age of Empires and Age of Mythology, of course. So if you like what they did with that, then you're probably in good hands for the new City Skylines DLC. But this is a big shift. Keep in mind that before the release of City Skylines 2, Paradox Entertainment and Interactive, not Entertainment, has been pretty clear with the developer Colossal Order that they will basically cease the official support of City Skylines. Of course, if there are some game breaking bugs or something, they would still patch it, but they move on from the first game and now they are focusing all their attention on the second. Well, the second came out, was a huge disappointment for a lot of people, and now City Skylines 1 has as much players as City Skylines 2 has, at least on Steam. And if you have missed it, well, Colossal Order is gone. They have been moving on from the City Skylines series, and they have sold the whole IP to Paradox. So Paradox is now the owner of the City Skylines series, and they immediately made some big changes. They found a new developer for City Skylines 2, which also just recently released their newest patch and also their first patch, and it has been a success in a lot of areas, but it also brought some new problems the community is going through right now. So we will see. At least something is finally happening, and it seems like the game is moving forward. But that we are also now going back to the first City Skylines, which with official DLCs is astounding, to say the least. Right? I'm to make this clear, I'm absolutely all for it. I never understood that publishers and developers moved on from a project just because they have a new game coming, even though the other game they had before is different enough and beloved enough to still warrant continuous support, right? And so for me, I never understood the whole idea of like, yeah, we are giving up on the first one because, well, the second one is out. Yeah, but after all those years, you came to the conclusion apparently that they are different enough, that there are still enough people who are logging in on a daily basis, and you were, well, literally leaving money on the table, right? So I'm actually glad that they're going back to the game. Of course, I'm still hoping that City Skylines 2 is getting the support it deserves and that it gets fixed, and then, of course, also getting some amazing DLCs down the line. But as I said, for all the people who have been moving on from City Skylines 1 because, well, there wasn't really new content besides of some creator packs with a few skins here and there, which are nice. Don't get me wrong, the creator packs are amazing, and it's amazing that there are creators out there who are still pouring their love and work into all of this is, again, absolutely amazing. But still, with that said, like, it isn't like an official thing, new gameplay elements and all that, right? So this is pretty astounding and also amazing, in my opinion, that they are now going back, that they probably have seen the errors of their ways, at least the money error of their ways, and that Cities Skylines 1 is getting now a new expansion. As I said, the game is coming out next week on March 10th, 2026. It's apparently a whole package you can get, and there are multiple parts of that package. There's also the Brutalist building skins if you want them. You don't need them, but if you want them on top of that, they will be in the package. And yeah, that's some interesting news, to say the least, because not a lot of developers slash publishers do that, that they basically admit, hey, we shouldn't have given up on the previous game just because a new one is coming out, especially when there are still so many people playing it on a daily basis. But with that said, we are at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, if you are new to the channel, you love strategy, building, and management games, you came to the right place. That's what we are focusing on here. And I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. With that said, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye bye.